Hey guys, Jonathan Soto here, back again doing another movie review, and today we will be reviewing, you look for it, Bride of Chucky. Now, if you guys have been watching the Chucky TV show, then you guys may know that season 3 was split into two parts, but released in different times. Like we had the first half of season 3 released back in October, and because of the writer's strike and all of that, they didn't finish the entirety of season 3 on time. So they had to delay the second half of season 3 until April 10th. So yeah, and April 10th is literally right around the corner. So I just thought, like, why not just review the rest of the Chucky movies? Now, if you guys remember my Halloween special from October of 2022, I only reviewed just the first three Child's Play movies, but now here is Bride of Chucky I will be reviewing. I will be reviewing every single Chucky project until season 3 comes out. I'll be reviewing the rest of the sequels, the 2019 remake, and the first two seasons of Chucky. So stay tuned for reviews for all of those. So, but right now we are doing Bride of Chucky. Now, Bride of Chucky, yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone knows this is a very funny horror movie. Like, it's definitely like on the horror comedy scale. The first three were trying to be like serious horror movies involving a killer doll. This one tries to have more fun with it, and that's what I like about it. Like, this tries to be more fun because the idea of a murder, like a killing doll just running around the place seems a little silly, and this movie definitely understands that, and it has a lot of fun with it. It becomes funny, and yeah, it just gets crazy. It gets wild here. So yeah, this is one of the better Child's Play movies, I would say. If you guys saw my review for Child's Play 3, you guys may know I thought Child's Play 3 was one of the weaker ones, and the setting was weird, and it could have been better. But this one, I felt like it was as good as it should have been. It was really good, and the humor in this movie definitely worked, and you definitely, like, even though Chucky and Tiffany are like killers, like, you still side with them, you still love them so much, and you still like, I don't know, you like fall in love with them, like, as actual characters, like as the actual like main characters they are. I would say like they were more of the protagonists than what's their name? What was their names again? The couple in that movie. Shit, sorry. Why did I forget their names? Like it. Jesse and Jade, there we go. Yeah, they're more the protagonists than Jesse and Jade, I would say. And they do have a lot of great moments, a lot of great kills, and yeah, and let me think. Okay, let's like talk about them in depth. So let's start off with Tiffany first. Now, I gotta say, I thought it was really creative how he had Chucky have a significant other, like have him like go on killing sprees with a girl doll, like his bride. I thought that was very creative to have that, and it makes it more fun, and it makes it like, yeah, it just makes it more fun, yeah. And Tiffany in this movie, she is a great character. Like, she's like a crazy woman, and she hasn't seen her ex-boyfriend Charles for 10 years, and she found the remains of Chucky and rebuilded him and made him again, like brought him back to life. And I'm sure a lot of you have seen this movie already, so I'm getting into some spoilers in this movie. If you haven't, I would say leave this review, but I'm sure a lot of you have seen Bride of Chucky. Like, I'm sure, like, even people who aren't even horror fans, like, should have seen Bride of Chucky at one point. But, Tiffany, she's a great character. I love like, Jennifer Tilly being the choice of her. I thought that was perfect. Like, Jennifer Tilly as Tiffany was perfect. Like, she captures the voice, the psychoness, like, everything. Like, she captures everything of her perfectly. Um, and the first act, I really liked the first act a lot in this movie. How it was in the trailer, and it was Tiffany and Chucky just like being mean to each other, and Chucky even killing the the boy that Tiffany was seeing, and yeah, and that scene was really funny in that movie where the boy kept saying like he's so fucking short and all that, and Chucky turns around and he's like, it's not the size that counts, it's what you can do with it, and he kills him. And I love that line, especially for someone who's short like me. And what was I gonna say? And then Tiffany, yeah, she is a great character, and she definitely like, even though she is a psycho, she does have some redeeming qualities, especially towards the end. And she still has like really good advice to give. She still can be pretty sweet at times, especially like with Jesse in the beginning. What else? And I love all the scenes where she talks about like what her mother says. She's like, my mother always said, if a wife cooks for her man, the least the man can do is wash the dishes. I love that line so much. Like, there's so many like cute little lines from Tiffany that her mother gave her that are actually very relatable to real life. So yeah, Tiffany, great character, and Chucky still yet again creepy, mean, psycho. He's like twice as crazy as Tiffany, I would say. Tiffany is really crazy, but Chucky, he's like twice more. And it's cool to see him with stitches this time. This is the first time we get to see Chucky with stitches, and I thought it was a really cool touch to have Chucky with stitches. Like, that makes it creepy. Like, in the first three, the doll just looking plain, like, it looks a little silly at times, but with the stitches added, I thought that was a really cool touch, and that makes it creepier, and that makes him, like, more of a scary presence, so I like that. Anything else? And yeah, Chucky, he still, yet again, like, has a lot of cool kills, like, what else? He has a lot of funny moments here, which I like, and yeah, Chucky, like, I'm sure everyone knows Chucky's, like, a really crazy, like, serial killer. One of the meaner ones, too. Him, Freddy Krueger, and Pennywise, I think, are, like, the meanest, serial, like, horror icons. I would say Chucky, like, he definitely has, like, the biggest potty mouth, you know what I mean? He cusses a lot. But, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so that's Chucky and Tiffany. And then Jesse and Jade were also really cool too. Like, they were like pretty much like the good people of the movie, you know? And what was I gonna say? They had a really cute relationship in this movie. I would say for a movie that's like about relationships, like they definitely had a good touch to it, how they loved each other so much, but Jade's uncle, the Warren or something like that. He wouldn't let them be together for some reason, but they were trying to run away together. And Tiffany made the deal with Jesse to bring the dolls to the cemetery, and she would pay him money and stuff like that, and they would run away together. That was a nice little story there, and I do love the whole like road trip feel to this movie. Like after Tiffany turns into a doll, they're trying to go to Hackensack, New Jersey, to the graveyard to find Chucky's grave, to find the heart of Damballa, to switch their souls from the dolls to the bodies of Jesse and Jade. But I do love the whole like road trip feel to this. It feels really cool, like how like every place they go to, like every place they stop, somebody has to die. And yeah, Chucky and Tiffany just have a lot of fun together, and it's bonkers. Like, and I don't know, like I don't know what it is, but I think the road trip feel definitely was a good setting to this movie. Every Chucky movie has a different setting to it, and like it's different in their own ways, and they all work very good. What was I gonna say? Let's talk about the kills to this movie now. The kills were pretty cool, especially the one with Warren when they threw all the bobby pins at him, and then he still came back to life, and they just stabbed him and stabbed him. And what else? And the kill with Damien in the beginning, like I said, with taking out his what is it? His piercings, and then suffocating him in the pillow, and then the cop when he got his throat slit in the openings. What else? Oh yeah, and that kill was pretty cool when Chucky kills the cop that tries to slow them down, and he puts the rag in there. He lights it on fire in the little gasoline part, and he blows up the car. That scene was pretty cool. And there was a really funny moment before that too, where Chucky was just crawling, and then a guy who was really high on weed saw Chucky, and he just flipped him off, and he was like, and the stoner was like, rude, oh, like he thought he was just hallucinating. What else? Oh yeah, and that I know I would say this was probably the coolest kill of the movie, and that was the little hotel scene, the honeymoon hotel where Tiffany throws the bottle at like the two married couples that are next to Jesse and Jade. She throws the bottle at like the mirror in the ceiling, and all the glass falls on them, like chopping off their hand, their head, and it just got bloody. It went down. I would say that was the best kill of the movie. And right there, that's when Chucky and Tiffany have sex, and they make Glenn, and yeah, and pretty funny, but at the same time disturbing seeing two dolls have sex. What else was I gonna? What else should I say about this? I would have liked to have seen Jesse and Jade like continue to be to carry on in the rest of the series, but this is their only appearance. Like most of the protagonists in the other Chucky movies, like always have their chances to come back. Like especially in the Chucky show, every single like main character comes back, but these two never made a comeback. And I think they should. I don't know if Chucky season 3 is gonna be the last season. I hope it is, but at the same time, I hope it is for what the show is, but I don't know. I feel like Jesse and Jay should make a comeback one day, like one of these days. I don't know. I don't know how, but they should definitely do a comeback with them too. But that would have been so cool if they made a comeback in the show, but they didn't, and yeah, but Jesse and Jade, they would have been so cool, like if they helped with the gang, like they were even a part of the meeting in season 2. But it's whatever. It's whatever. Just them being here was fine. I feel like they're the only like main characters that never returned. I think everyone else like had their chance to return, but just not them. But I would say for this movie, it was fine for just this movie. It's whatever. What else was I gonna say? What else should I say about this movie? Oh yeah, David. I forgot to talk about David. David was also really cool too. How Jesse and Jade were so like scared, like and mysterious, like that everywhere they went, like someone would die, and they thought one of them was even killing them. Like Jesse thought Jade was killing all these people and going crazy, and Jade thought Jesse was the one going crazy. It was pretty funny how they both called David for that exact same reason. Yeah. Anything else I should say? And David was really chill. He was a really sweet boy, and he was a really good help to them. And I just loved how he even like he would help them with everything they needed to be helped with. Like he even pretended to be Jade's girl at one point, and he even goes all the way to where Jesse and Jade are like halfway across the state. He just goes there just to help them out, just to talk to them. Like, I'm sure nothing's bad with you guys. Like, he was just a really sweet boy. And it was so messed up what happens to him, though. Like, I'm sure all of you know what happens to him when he gets run over by the big moving truck. That was so messed up, not gonna lie. He did not deserve that. But yeah. What was I gonna say? I think that's all of the major characters in this movie. And then there's an old detective guy too. He was fine. Like he was a good addition to the movie of making like a whole case of a detective following these murders and thinking Jesse and Jade are the what is that word? What is that word? A witness? Yeah. Oh no, witness. Yeah, witness, yeah. They think they're witnesses, but then the detective sees that the dolls are actually alive, but no one's even gonna believe them. Like, who will believe that? So yeah. Now let's get on to the ending of the movie, the climax in the cemetery. This was a really, really cool climax right here, where Chucky, where they kept beating up Chucky and Tiffany, where Jesse and Jay kept beating them up, and they still kept coming back up, and Chucky like had them at gunpoint. They even burned Tiffany, and Tiffany like even tries to kill Chucky. She's like, "We belong dead," like in the Frankenstein movie. And what else? Yeah, so yeah, that whole climax was really cool, and then I love that scene, at, like, the way the movie ends when Tiffany gives birth, like, she dies while giving birth to Glenn, and Glenn just comes for the detective. I'm not sure if he kills him, or if he's just hugging him, like he says in Seed of Chucky, but yeah, that was a really funny ending, I would say, and anything else I should say about that climax? And it was really cool when Chucky was like, "I always come back. You can never kill me. I will always come back." And he keeps coming back after this movie. So yeah, great line delivered by him. So to rate this movie, I think I'm gonna screw it. I'm gonna give it a solid A. Yeah, I don't see much flaws with this movie. Like, this is a funny little horror comedy you can just have fun with and just take your mind off. So, and definitely one of the better Chucky movies. So yeah, I'll rate it a solid A. Bye, and see you all in the next review.